Hi, it's B. Welcome to my channel. I am going to speak on a live that was done on July 6th on Johnny Gobble's. I cannot call him by his real name or whatever. I just can't. On his channel, he did a live that said, "We are back with proof." Okay, so I did not watch the whole thing. I couldn't stomach it. And I'm just gonna be flat out honest. First of all, thank you for all the comments on my last video. Sorry. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I am not fully writing up church content. I'm fully invested in this now, so I can't really back out. But just so you know, that's not all I'm about. But we'll get there. But so back to the video that he did. I just, does the man have any brain cells? I mean, is there anything left up in there? I just really, and he's advising Patty Lynn. Is that what's happening? Because, I mean, I've heard it, and but watching this was just insane to me. So somehow he thinks that Ryan lost that hearing because he didn't get the default judgment, or it was extended, or the court date was extended. He kept saying the court date was extended. That's not what happened. The court date was not extended. That court date was effectively, the court date was to show cause. She hasn't answered yet. She did send in an answer like within days of the trial. I mean, the hearing the other day, but not within the time period she was supposed to. So with that not being done, they filed one. They wanted to extend the temporary injunction, the temporary restraining order of her not to access any of his funds anymore, or to do anything with the funds that she may have some, I don't know how, but some access to that she had used before. So he didn't lose that hearing. He absolutely won that hearing. She was given a lot of grace, as I said in my last video, because she's pro se, and that happens a lot in court. So that's why I said, if you don't know what you're doing, at least write the answers down, show up to court, do what you can without an attorney. They will guide you. They will work with you to some degree. They're not going to give you all the answers. They cannot legally advise you and give you, tell you what to do and how to do it, but they're going to give you the grace of it. So just, if you're ever in this situation, please respond. Please go to court. Please try to defend yourself at all costs until you can figure out another way. But so with that hearing, it did everything it needed to do. They're still going to trial. It's all happening. Nothing was like thrown out. I mean, that would be what you would want if you were on the winning side, Patty Lynn. Okay, so I was watching this video, this live, and they're going through court, and in the comments, Patty Lynn is rude as rude can be. She keeps calling, oh crap, I should have took it down for you. I do everything off the cuff, and I really need to start taking down to have some sort of script to go by, and really that's not who I am, but I'm going to do it because this is what happens. So she kept calling her was it Cindy or Cynthia? What she was calling her. I know it's Cynthia's her name, but she kept calling her, I want to say Cindy, but it may have been Cynthia, but she kept calling her that. First of all, that's rude, very rude. You're in a professional relationship with this person. This person can, okay, even if it's the opposing attorney, they can work deals with you. They can talk to their client for you and say, let's not go so hard. Let's do they don't be like that. What is wrong with you? Okay, so she's in Johnny's comments, and Lord help me, he is up there, you win. Sorry. Conflict of interest. I mean, it's just everything that was going on, he thought he had the answer to, and I'm like, Arr. And okay, conflict of interest. I don't know whose name, I'm assuming her names are on the paper to the Blue Moon hearing trial that's coming in January. I'll look at it. But let's just go with that assumption. She assumes she's representing a limited liability company, first of all, not Patty Lynn Burgess, Patricia Lynn Burgess, whatever. So that's not really a conflict of interest. So you're going to have a little hurdle to jump there. I mean, in law, it's like anything's possible. So not to that degree, but I mean, but I don't think they're going to find in her favor on that one, first of all. So that just needs to jump out the window. He keeps trying to get people to report her to the bar, to do all these things, and please don't do that. That makes you look bad. And I mean, I don't think you're ever going to have any troubles in that county, but people notice these things. You don't want to get into it with the attorneys of a county that you might have issues in. No. So, okay, so the conflict of interest, I'm going to throw out. I mean, I'm not the judge, I'm not the jury, but in my mind, I'm throwing it out. They're going to hear it. They're going to go through it. If she files something and does her attorney, whatever, they will hear it if it comes to the court, but it hadn't been brought to the court yet. So then we have that. And then he kept saying, she fumbles over. It's a very confusing case. I will 100% for the lawyer, for me, for you, for the judge. It's going to be a confusing case. But what I want to try to simplify just a little bit of it for you if I can. And I don't know that I can. It's just, I'm going to try. So Ryan had Upchurch Enterprise. And that's fine and dandy. And there's nothing wrong with that. And he's been functioning on that for a while. So then comes along some trouble. I mean, don't we all know about Katie Noel and Nicole Arbor, and there's others. There's trouble. So it makes perfect sense from a legal standpoint of view. So that's why the judge is going to understand this from the legal side of it, from a business contractual side of it. But it makes perfect sense to create an LLC, because what does the LL stand for? Limited liability. Limited liability. Who needed limited liability of his assets? Ryan Upchurch. So, I mean, logically, that's not so confusing to a court. That's not going to be a problem as far as that goes. Now, I haven't heard anybody disagree from Patty, Johnny to Ryan. And I say Johnny because that's her attorney. So Patty and Johnny over here, and Ryan and I lost her name. Is it Atwood? No. She kept calling her Shitwood. Patty calls her Shitwood, so it's a wood. And I am so sorry because I really meant to. It was in my head until all this started going. Ryan's attorney. Neither side that I've heard, that I came from listening to this crap I was listening to over on Johnny's channel. Ryan's earnings were going into Blue Moon LLC. Ryan's funds were going into Blue Moon LLC. Now here's where it gets a little twisted. Ryan knew he was buying some homes, not all of them. I want to clear that up. I don't want to be false about this. Ryan knew he was buying some homes for his security, his brother, his friends to reside in. So that's not truly a surprise to him. What came to where the problem comes in my understanding of what this court hearing went down and stuff is that she put them in Blue Moon LLC, which should be fine under normal logical thinking. That should be okay. But then he found out she bought these other homes and put them in Patricia Lynn Burgess. Only Patricia Lynn Burgess. So that's where it got like, what are you doing? And so all these things opened up, and it opened a can of worms that brought up these other homes that were in, and this is where it becomes a problem. When all of this was brought to light and she was exposed for the homes in her name, the money transfers to her personal accounts, that's where it came to be a huge problem, because her words, and she said it in a court document, now it's part of the court record. She said Blue Moon LLC is hers. That is her business. And in her mind, with it being her business, she's entitled to anything and everything within that business. That includes those homes that were purchased under Blue Moon LLC. That includes the funds that were in the account, Blue Moon LLC. That's where the problem lies, is that now she said she was going to liquidate some of the assets, which would be selling the homes that are under Blue Moon LLC. Those are Ryan's homes. That business was created to protect him, but you're going to distribute the funds how you want to and liquidate the assets and take them with you? That's the problem. And I think everybody, I don't think everybody, I think a lot of y'all are really smart. That's not what I meant. This Johnny Gobble stuff, I hit something, got my dog, I'm sorry, I apologize. Got my dog riled up, so I knocked on something. Johnny Gobble's got people confused over there but that's her company. That's her company. She can do with what she wants to with her company. No, no, that's Ryan's money. That's Ryan's funds. That's Ryan's assets to that company. So that's where this court case came from, because she tried to take everything. And it was brought to my attention on my last video in a comment, and I do want to acquire some more information. I know what they're talking about wanting to go after Ryan for a conservatorship, to maybe say he's not in the right state of mind to handle his own affairs. And the Britney Spears situation where they took a conservatorship over her, and dad got to keep her going like a monkey on the circus thing over in Las Vegas and make the funds off of her. And so this is my understanding, was talked about, that Patty wanted to do this to Ryan. I don't have any paperwork on it. I haven't seen the video. Apparently there might be one that her and Johnny Gobble did together that has this mentioned in it, and I'm still looking, but things are just happening as they're going, so I'm not doing a real deep dive yet. I'm kind of working on what we're working with right now. But she didn't he didn't lose that hearing. And then what was the other stuff? So she's in the comment section. Patty, you are a trifling. I just cannot. Those comments, if you can't stand, how he speaks, go over there and put it on mute and read the live chat. Patty. She disses the judge at one point. Look at him. He's almost asleep. His eyes are glazed over. And then when he gave her the information, which I'm telling you, you're pro se, this is how this works, that you would have to file a grievance. You have to file something for a court to hear something. Everybody know that too. That's another tidbit. So if you're going to court, and I'm making it up, but if someone's coming at you for child support and you don't get visits, they're two separate things. So you can't go in there to say, I'm not paying child support because I'm not getting visits. And they say, oh, you're not getting visits? I don't see that in the records anywhere. And it's not going to affect your child support. I'm not saying that. But to address the issue, to say, hey, give the visits. They can't even talk about that because you didn't bring a case to the court to let them know that they need to rule on you getting your visits. Do you understand? So I'm trying to make it to where it's not related to this, but yet it makes sense to somebody. They have to have something in front of them to rule on. They can't just be like, oh, well, you brought up a good point, and let's go make a whole case out of this and make a ruling based on just your word. You can't do that. You have to have a motion in front of the court for the judge to rule on that motion. So he was telling her she has to have a motion about this conflict of interest or it just doesn't happen. So anyway, so in the comment section, she was down there and she was like, oh, he's amazing. Okay, which is it? You've done dissed all this court proceedings and now he's amazing because he helped. Watch, he's going to help me. Then we get in there and the only thing that she's going to give B. Luce is the steps to her bed that he used to climb in because he's 5'1". What in the world? You are dealing with such... As a mother, if I were in your position, I don't think she's mentally right. There's something wrong with this woman, and I'm not diagnosing her, but and you can't plead insanity on a civil case. I'm just going to let you know that right now. You can't. There's no way out of this. You're You're given answers that are wrong. It's all going to be used against you. It all is. It's all why are you listening to Johnny over there? What? I have no idea. So anyway, I just want to try to clear up some of that. And like I said, that comment or the live chat under that video, I couldn't watch the video. Can't stand him and him saying, here's where you're gonna win. Here's where you're... I'm sorry. It didn't happen. It wasn't in there. It was not in that video. It was not in that courthouse. It didn't happen. So watching that was just a little too much. But to see her reaction to it, and then just that short that I reposted it as a short and transformed it so I can't be copyright struck. But it's all gonna... and the judges already, that's something I wanted to say too. I'm sorry, I forgot. The fact that he allowed a social media short to already come into the court hearing shows that he's willing to entertain some of the social media going on about this. So that was telling, because some judges are like, nah, it's not going to happen. We're not going to go through somebody's... And I'm going to use Facebook, but we know it's YouTube and Instagram. But, they're just not going to do it. But he entertained it. So you might want to watch what you're doing over there. So I just wanted to throw that out there, too. That was another thing. And it's so much. It's just popping off left and right. And she can't keep her mouth shut. And I'm not saying she has to shut up. I'm just saying, and again, I didn't do it in my last video, I don't think, but in my first video I did. But do not go harass her. That makes Ryan look bad. I know you feel a certain way and it's a protective instinct and all that. I get it. I said, but do not, please don't harass her. Don't, go in her social medias and leave comments or do anything, especially not in person or email, telephone, whatever, closer than that. But just don't do it. It's not a good look and it's not going to help Ryan. And I don't know, this can go either way, but right now it's looking really, really bad. But she said she had an attorney well, okay. So someone in my comment section, and I know what you're talking about, but someone in my comment section, but she has an attorney after the hearing. No, what she's told us she's had attorneys all throughout this. Ever since I have a team of lawyers, with Ryan's team of lawyers, because I haven't seen a lawyer with you yet, and I haven't seen you do things. If you had a lawyer, they would have never let you do some of the stuff you've been doing. They would scold you. No wonder nobody will take your case. And I wanted to make a point because I did say that she said there was 211 points and no one wanted to sit down and go through them. That's a lie. Any lawyer will go through all those points with you, but they're going to charge you for every minute of every time that they go through those points. And you created the points to go through. So you're making more. There's going to be a contempt case coming out of this, from my understanding from watching the court case, that they didn't have time to file a contempt, but they're talking about contempt, and you already committed the act, so they can file it whenever. It's okay. But it's just, it's growing. Instead of just dealing with what you're being dealt with right now, you're expanding your hearings. You're expanding your, and I don't want to say charges because I'm not going with the criminal yet. The motions are going to keep coming. The emotions are going to keep coming. With every motion, that's another thousands of dollars. So if you don't have one now, anyway, I did get off track. I am so sorry. So it's in after the thing, she let the court released the Zoom. Somehow he thinks he had something in the bag and that was his video and whatever. It's under the courts. So David Wolf, Tennessee courts, and I'm saying it wrong, but if you put that in your search, you should be able to pull the court up and it's in there. It's a YouTube channel. But I lost my train of thought. It's not his material. It's from the court. I lost it, y'all. I lost it. But it's gone. It's so gone. And I can't, like, I'm on unedited. I can't with it. Can't play it back and like refresh my brain and where am I at, and I don't have an audience to tell me, so I'm screwed. I don't know. Go see the court case for yourself. The next ones will be up there too. Johnny doesn't own the rights to any of it. I knew I was saying something about him having that he thought he had something. Oh, okay. Sorry. Got it. Found it. He uploaded the court Zoom hearing that someone else actually recorded. But he uploaded it, and she came on and did a little short. It's on her YouTube, and it says, I just want to thank Johnny because after that I've had people reach out to me and I have attorneys wanting to represent me for free. And that's highly possible because sometimes attorneys will take on a case that's this big in that area, that's this serious, but someone will take it on just to put their name in the ring and say, I had part in the Upchurch Burgess case. That's just, it happens. So it could happen, but obviously it didn't, or she wouldn't be still doing the stuff she's doing. So someone said she had an attorney, and I think what they're going on is her saying she had attorneys reach out to her and they're going to represent her for free. I don't think that happened, at least not yet, because she wouldn't say anything. But then they did take the short down after I made the video of that was the stupidest thing you could have ever done. Well, not stupidest, because I'm sure it's open. There's the bar's pretty low right now. They can go way up there. But yeah, we're gonna see how this plays out. It's a lot. It's going to, I'm sure there's going to be continuances. I'm going to say that even if the next court date pops up and we know when it's going to court, that they're going to ask for continuances because she's not prepared. And that's what it's going to happen. So I think it's going to take a long time, take a while. I did find another case while I was looking for that one. And I don't know. I was following Travis too, so I gotta see what that one's all about, because when I was looking for this one, I found that one. But so there's a couple things going on, and it'll happen, and we will be here to watch it. And in the meantime, be nice. Don't go show her any hate. Just got something to say it in there in the comment section, and we'll just deal with it and move on. But don't show her any hate. Don't show even Johnny Gobble any. Oh, money. Everybody's saying she admitted to giving Johnny money. It was her money. She can do, I had money, I can help my friends. So that was in the comment section of that live. And another was Ryan thinks he's Elvis or Elton, and he's neither. And I was like, she is just so digging at her kid. But anyway, y'all continue to love him, do what you need to do. Love him, hate him, I don't care. I'm going to still talk about it. So it's a court case to me, and I like court cases. So stick around. We'll go through this. We'll figure it out. I'm sure I'll be back before anything else court-wise comes up, because YouTube's got a public opinion going on. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.